anybody and anyone to kind of say, you know what, I'm going to give this.
Offering,
Because if you was to limit it, for example, and someone came to church and was like, I really want to give, but I'm not a member of your church.
Yeah.
They don't have that. We're going to say, no, you can't pay tithes because you don't come to this church. Or yeah, we'll take your tithes and, but you got to pay 10% because it's tithes. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at offering, because when you look at the offering, no matter, don't think about what people, think when you're doing it, because I know sometimes you can be like, oh my god, I haven't got a lot today, I'm just gonna drop £1 in or whatever, 50p, whatever it is. But to me, God sees your heart, and if that is your last £5 and you drop it in the basket, like, he sees that sacrifice, and I think it's that open sacrifice for people to come. Where's the offering basket? It tends to be at the front, in front of the altar, so people come in, they can drop their money and they can go. Do you get what I mean? And then obviously for me, tithes is that consistent sacrifice every single month. This is what I'm giving, this is 10% of what I earn. That's how I look at offering and defer it.
So offering's more or less the gift then.
I was going to say tithing to me is the command. And offering is the gift. So offering is, and it reminds me of that scripture in the Bible where Jesus was at the temple and he was watching everybody give. And he saw this lady, he saw everybody giving, and obviously who wanted to impress was impressing. And then this lady came and she had 2 mites, or whatever the currency in the Bible is.
Like pennies.
She had that. But Jesus saw her heart in that moment. That was her last. She knew that was a trust exercise. And Jesus, that made Jesus excited. It made him animated. He's like, did you see that woman? She put 2 mites in, bruv. That's all she had, and she put it in. And Jesus actually got so excited about the posture of her heart. And I think that's what offering is. It's literally, the clue is in the title. Offering.
I offer unto you kind of thing.
So why do we tithe? I feel like we answered that.
I feel like we did. I was gonna say it's a command. It's not a suggestion. It's not maybe you should, it's a command, and it's
and I look at it this way as well, like with regards to the Bible, what God teaches us to do, what Jesus teaches us to do, is to be a community, to be on one accord, to be a unit, to work together. Yes, we have a building, and that building you go to, but that building has to function. That building has to survive, and that building is there so that we can bring in unbelievers, so that unbeliever can walk past and seek, refuge in the church. And when you look at how the church runs, I admire some churches. I truly, honestly, I admire some churches because their members are committed to tithing and offering without even blinking. And you can see what they can do. If that makes any sense. You see what gets done. You see that now they are able to renovate their building, or they are able to buy a bigger building, and that offers a place like a cafe. Then, for example, for people to come in off the streets and sit down. That's evangelizing. There's different things. You know what I mean?
It opens up other doors,
and we're all working. Or if we're not working, there would be a time where there's an opportunity for you to work. And to me, like, the church is the biggest charity, and obviously we're told to give, but to me tithing is like, it's not like it's rent, but it's like, it's that consistency so the church is able to flow. That, because you look at that harvester, counselling, all that thing, like you're able to go back to that church, and if you're in time of need and say, hey, look, I'm struggling, I need a basket, or I need something, because do you know what I mean?
It offers like the cycle.
Yes.
To carry on. You know what I mean? To do the Lord's will. You're sowing the seed.
Exactly.
You know what they call that? You're sowing the seed. You're sowing the seed into ministry. You're sowing that seed into different aspects, even into people's lives. Because even though as a church you're tithing to say to contribute to Harvester, you may not necessarily benefit from that. You may not necessarily need that service, but you're sowing the seed in somebody else's life, and then that can bless them, and then they can in turn return the favor. Do you know what I mean? So it's always like a cycle of things. So that's kind of how we do.
I was looking at this scripture in Acts 32. I'm not going to read it. Acts 32. I'm going to read it. Okay. Acts 32. Now the multitude of those who believed were of one heart. We're talking about unity, and of one soul. Neither did anyone say that any of the things he possessed was his own, but they all had all things in common. And then it goes on to say, nor was there anyone among them who lacked, for all who were possessors of land and houses sold them and brought the proceeds of the things that were sold. That, to me, it doesn't have to be physically. Don't sell your house, people, please. Do not go and sell your house and your land, unless God tells you to. But it's like you say, we bring what we can. We lay it at the church, and those who have need will take the same way we will take of whatever is there. So that's offering. What happens if we do not tithe? I love this question.
Do you want that from a personal perspective?
Lord, please.
Or from a church perspective?
Can we not start?
Can we just have everything? Just give us everything.
Okay, so I'm going to go from the personal perspective. It's not like, God's not going to come down and be like, hey, you haven't tithed, blah, blah, blah.
Be thou smitten.
Yeah, but I would say at the same time, you've got to live with that. That's what I say when it comes to tithes. You've got to live with that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And to me personally, it will be there because you get that. When something's nagging,
that knowing
it just keeps and every time it remembers meeting and they say, guys,
the shame,
the tithes, people haven't been paying the tithes
10%. That was my 10%.
And your belly start knotting. That's the conviction, and you're gonna have to live with that. If you can live with that,
I think as well, like from a spiritual aspect as well, it's like you're missing out. On the work of the Lord.
What I mean.
It's like, Lord, I could have been a part of the ministry.
Hit me.
What you want?
Hit me. So Malachi 3 verse 8 says, will a man rob God? Yet you have robbed me. But you say, in what way have we robbed you? And he says, in tithes and offering. I was listening to this sermon on tithing. It's called Wait Till I Get My Money Right, Pastor Michael Todd of the Transformation Church.
Check it out. Check it out if you haven't.
Check it out. He's an incredible teacher and preacher.
He is.
Shout out Transformation. I'm an E-member in my heart.
It's okay. Okay, we're getting there.
Anyway, but he was talking about, he had this revelation. He was praying. He was talking to Jesus about it. And he had this revelation that he said, when we think, will a man rob God? We think withholding our tithes is the robbing of God. And then he said, no, what if the robbing of God is the second part of the verse 10, where it says, I will open the windows of heaven. What if we are literally tying God's hands and saying, oh, you didn't pay your tithes, so I cannot bless you. It's the command brings the blessing. So if you don't do the command part, you can't get the blessing part. And that's how we are robbing God of the opportunity to actually open. Like God has to close the windows every month end. Every 22nd when you get paid, or the 28th when you get paid. That's it. Closing the windows this month. I can't do it. You didn't time.
And obviously that's why when I looked at that scripture there, and I'm thinking we say it over and over again, but we do limit God. But we don't. When we hold back and we say, right, okay, I'm not going to give my tithes if that's because you feel like you don't want to. I think if you're in a position where you can't, God completely understands. But if you go on.
You can. I don't think that is physically, but you cannot.
If you have money,
you cannot tithe.
No, but what I'm talking about is if you're homeless and you ain't got no money, and you just about eating off Harvester Bank food,
if you're living on the streets, you're tithing from that, right?
Okay, hold up, because okay.
I'm joking. It was a joke.
It
was a very bad joke.
I was like, no, you can't do that.
I'm too tired.
But literally, like, if if you're saying from a like, you know, for your own, you made a conscious decision that you ain't paying it, whatever. Then when God says that if you trust Him, if you believe in Him, that He will bless you abundantly, exceedingly above all things that you could ever. When someone said you can never imagine. Imagine if I book my toe, you've never booked your toe, and I say to you, you can't imagine this pain. You can't imagine. You will not be able to even get an idea of the pain that I'm going through in my big toe, and that's what. When it says that He's gonna do things exceedingly abundantly above all things that you could ever
ask or think.
To me, when you say, well, I ain't going to do that because you want to live in self and you want to live about yourself and I this, then you might get blessed here and there. You might get blessed with something. But why would you?
Windows of heaven.
But why would you want to miss out
on the whole thing?
On the whole thing, where we should be in positions as Christian. I'm telling you now, we should be in positions. You read the Bible, I can't remember the scripture. I ain't good at remembering scriptures. Where we are owning businesses to give other people jobs so that they can live and function. We should be in that position. We should be in a position where people aren't... We're not going to be able to save the whole world. But if everybody came together and was stepping out in their purpose, what they're truly meant to be doing, then we would have a better world. And when people do get into a situation where they're like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 they would come to us. Do you get what I'm saying? They would come to us because they'll be like, okay, I can go to that Christian lady, I can go to that Christian man, or I can go to that church because that's how they are. So when we might think, oh, tithe is just a little thing, you know.
It's not.
It's only 10% though, like, you know. So
is it making any difference? It's not going to make any difference.
Everybody's paying tithes. But
it doesn't I don't think it makes a difference so much in the natural realm as it does in the spiritual realm.
Exactly. And this is the thing, and even if you look at like a church, to me, if you got members in that church, you shouldn't be struggling to pay certain stuff. You should be able to pay.
Yeah, but it's the bystander effect, because you say, actually, I don't have to pay tithes this month because I know that everybody else is going to pay tithes. And then if everybody else has that ideology, then nobody's paying tithes. And it's the bystander effect, because now you're broke, nothing's happening because you thought that somebody else was going to do it. And it's like, even for me, because I know, like, for a while, I was literally going through so much financial turmoil, and it was like, I didn't pay my tithe for like a very long time. I still don't. Please don't judge me. Please, Lord.
Be judged.
Lord, I'm working on it. But it wasn't the fact that I didn't want to. It's just that for me personally, I felt like I physically couldn't. And even though I could, because the money that I spent on foolishness, I could have paid my tithe. But it was just that instance, like, actually, Lord, I can't pay it this month, and you start making excuses, and it's like, oh, you know what? Like, I can't. I'm gonna pay next month. I'm gonna pay next. I'm gonna give an offering instead of a tithe. You know, just to save face or whatever. But once you fully grasp the severity of it, then and you grasp the spiritual side of it, not just the natural side. The consequences of it. Because not to say that God doesn't bless me, because He does. He blesses me abundantly.
Exactly.
But it's like, you would get so much more, you'd be able to contribute so much more if you actually did take the step and take that leap of faith. That's what I said earlier, it's a leap of faith, because you're looking at it, and for a while I didn't get paid a lot of money, and it's like, well, you're looking at it thinking, oh Lord, I don't have this, I don't have the but you're focusing so much on what you don't have, you're missing out the opportunity of what God can do.
And that's why I said, again, it's a motto that I've heard it. Since I heard it, I can't get it out of my head, but being present. Living now, right now. And when we get in that state where you look at your bank account, you think, okay, I got to pay my tithes, and then the anxiety kicks in. Oh my gosh, but I've got to pay this bill, and I've got to pay that bill, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do that. Oh no, there's no money left. But you need to ask yourself, that's why I think, what time is it?
If you prioritize that as a first fruit, like literally, when I get paid, like, and I wake up in the morning, and like, it's not even in my budget. I look, it's on my budget, and if you look at my spreadsheet, there's no tithing on it, because it's not even It's not even in. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, I get rid of that. I'm like, you know what? I'm not having that responsibility on my head. I don't want it. It's not mine. I don't even count it anyway. Gone. Boom. It's there. It's at church now. It's fine. Set up a standing order. So by the time you wake up, it's not there.
You know your payday. They don't mind what day goes in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get rid of it. So I think